So before we get into the content, I want to take just a moment to talk about what's different with these Mio X series interfaces from the previous generation, the Midi 4 Plus, the Mio 4, and the rest of the Mio line. These are kind of the next level interfaces, kind of the step up for eye connectivity. But I think this really is about a mindset shift, really. As I've spent some time the past couple of weeks learning these interfaces, I was really privileged to be able to do some of the support material that's available and included in Auracle for X series that you'll probably see as you use the device. But as I spent some time with them and learned them, I was trying to think through, like, what's kind of the main story here? What's the narrative that these interfaces are telling? And it's not just additional features, right? Yes, there's definitely more ports. On the Mio XL, we have 12 DIN ports. I think 9 or 8 in and out, and then 9 through 12 are just for outs. We have 10 additional USB host ports on the XL. We have 4 USB host ports on the XM. Yes, those are great features. Those are additions. There's more, right? It's kind of next level. But I think the real story about these interfaces is all in RTP. Now, we talked about RTP network MIDI before. Check out our Making the Connection course. I mean, we talk about it almost every course we do, how to set up and use network MIDI with your Mac, or RTP MIDI if you're on a PC. But I think the story of these is all about RTP and kind of this paradigm shift, this mindset shift, thinking about things differently, particularly these interfaces differently. Here's what I mean by that. So the Mio XM has up to 12 RTP ports of MIDI available to it. The Mio XL has up to 22 RTP ports. Now, the best way to think of that is I can connect this interface, and really here's the thing that unlocks all of this is a network switch. If you don't have a network switch, I mean, this is a 5-port powered thing I bought at Best Buy for 20, 30 bucks. This is going to unlock the power of these devices. Here's why. So let's start with the XL. 22 ports. I can connect one Ethernet cable to this switch, and then I can go up to 22 different devices. Those devices could be 22 different computers. They could be computers and a mixture of other Mio XLs, Midi 4 Pluses, Play Audio 12s, whatever it is, but 22 different devices, all out of one Ethernet cable to a switch, and then separate Ethernet cables. Now, what's really, really powerful about that is that's 22 separate paths. Each of those cables can carry up to 16 MIDI channels. Now, I'm not great at math, but if you do that 22 times 16, that's a lot. So I don't think you're going to ever need more MIDI than this with these devices. Here's part of the paradigm shift. I'm connected to both of these interfaces right now, but if you look on the front here, no USB connections. The way I'm connected to these devices is through this switch, through Ethernet. Now, I just wrapped up before this course, our Dante course, and I talked about how to send MIDI over Dante over Ethernet. And the way I did that was I used this Mio XM. This is the paradigm shift. I have one Ethernet cable from my computer that's connecting to both of these. And that gives me 12 RTP plus 22 RTP ports, as well as 15 DIN ports and lots of USB host ports. I'm not going to try to count. So much connectivity, all using one Ethernet cable. So that's the story about these devices. That's what's different about the X series devices from the Midi 4 Plus. We'll talk about this in a moment, but like, honestly, probably one of the first questions you're going to have if you're used to using these in a redundant setup is, where's the second USB port, right? We have one USB port on this guy. Where's the second one so I can plug my controller in and go to 2 computers, like with a Mio, like a Midi 4 Plus? I was talking with a buddy of mine earlier that a lot of his clients were freaked out because the USB ports were removed, and they thought, what are we going to do? It's a mindset shift. Again, it's going to take a little bit of thinking differently about this, because previously, yes, one MIDI controller to 2 computers. Now it's one MIDI controller to 22 different computers. And you don't even have to deal with the audio MIDI setup in your Mac to make it happen. It's incredibly, incredibly powerful. And we're going to talk about all that and more in this course. So I'm going to shut up and let's get started.